Come on, man. Woo, have Georgia played, woo!
Good morning. Happy week 12. Happy Saturday. Full slate of college football today. A lot of good games, playoff implications, conference races on the line. Where are the upsets at today? A lot to talk about. We'll start the show here in just a few minutes. Happy Saturday. All right, it's time to talk.
Georgia beat you there, but that still didn't end your season because the committee felt sorry for you and put you into the playoffs anyway. This year, Georgia's ending your season. So if you had any sense at all, which I think we've already established you don't have any sense at all, period. But if you do have any sense, you'll keep your asses at home and not even show up for the game. And I'm talking about not just the fans, the team. The team would be better off faking some sort of travel problem. I don't know, the wings fell off the plane, can't get there, whatever the fuck. 3 flat tires and a busted radiator on the Greyhound bus that whatever the fuck. Just don't show up. Now, Georgia's going to be there, and I'm going to make you the same deal I've been making idiot fan bases and teams for 10 years on this channel. I'll make you the same fucking deal. If you like losing, if you like getting humiliated, if you like the idea of going on national television, getting your pants pulled down, and your ass spanked raw on national television in front of God, your parents, and everybody else that's watching, then go ahead and show up at the game. Georgia will be there waiting, and we can tee it up at 7:30. Prime time, son. Prime time. The entire country can watch you get your fucking ass beat for the 3rd time in a row by a better team, a better program, with a better coaching staff. The Georgia Bulldogs. So unless you decide not to come, which would be the smart thing, then I'm going to make you the deal. Georgia will be there waiting to fucking humiliate you. And that is what will happen. That is what will happen. But if you think you want to show up anyway, and you want to tote that ass whooping, then get on I-20, head east, come to Athens, Georgia, 7:30 p.m. Saturday night in prime time. Georgia will be there waiting. You can drag that half-dead-bodied, assless chap-wearing group of boy band members you call a football team into Athens, Georgia, and come get you some of this, bitch.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday, week 12. Big game, huge game for Texas today. Texas has a huge game today. So we'll see how they do. You know, Texas season is on the line. Big game for Texas. Now for Georgia, just another Saturday. Just another Saturday. But Georgia, or Texas rather, Texas today gets an opportunity to take a swing at a big dog. That's right. Texas taking a big step up in weight class today. Punching up, as they say. Yeah. Georgia, just another Saturday. Just another Saturday. You see, Georgia's headed to the playoffs, okay? Georgia's season hasn't even started yet. See? Texas is fighting to stay alive. Georgia season hasn't even started. We got another month before Georgia season starts. Shit. Hell, more than that. What's today? The 5th. We got 5 weeks before Georgia season even starts. It's just another Saturday for the dogs. But for Texas, this game means everything. They get a chance to take down the big dogs, the top dogs, the Georgia Bulldogs. We'll see if they can do it. They couldn't beat Georgia in Austin. They couldn't beat Georgia in Atlanta. Third time's the charm? Don't know. Hey, I don't know. I wouldn't be so cocky yet, Lou. You probably don't have any faith in your team, do you? I don't blame you, bud. I don't blame you. See, Georgia didn't lose to Florida. So our season's not on the line today. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. I get all the positives of talking shit if Georgia wins, and none of the negative if they lose, because it doesn't fucking matter. See, Georgia's not going to the SEC championship game. Georgia go 11-1. They're not going to the SEC championship game. Georgia is getting a 5 through 8 seed. Whether they're 11-1 or 10-2. The only thing Georgia losing today would mean is that the Georgia Tech game becomes much bigger. That's it. The Georgia Tech game is more important than the Georgia-Texas game today. It's just the reality of the situation. I mean, look, it's not like we're playing Ohio State or Bama or Indiana or Texas Tech or Oregon or fucking whatever else. It's fucking Texas. Oh, man. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday. We do have a great slate of games today. You know the routine. We're going to go through the entire schedule today. We'll figure out what is coming on. When is it coming on? What channel is it coming on? ESPN is back on YouTube TV. That's making a lot of people happy, myself included. The ESPN app was complete fucking dog shit. The next time ESPN decides to hold one of these hostage negotiation deals with YouTube TV, they need to make sure their app works. They need to totally overhaul their app. In fact, just don't even overhaul it. Throw it out and just create a new one. The ESPN Unlimited app is the worst streaming app on the face of the planet. There is nothing else really that even comes close in terms of being that bad as the ESPN app. It's absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. And I, for one, am glad I don't have to use it anymore. So, yeah. Is ABC back on? Last night, I had every ESPN channel back on YouTube TV except ABC. But I do have ABC now. So, we're good there. We're good there on that and 2, and also in addition to that as well. So got all the channels back now. So there's no stopping me now. There was no stopping me before. There was no stopping me. A few of you have left really dumb comments already in the comment section. Of course, you know, I don't hoblo that fucktardo. I can't read it either. I can't speak it or read it, as it were. But I do appreciate the effort. Type. Yeah, I do. Yeah, we'll go through the list of games today, figure out what's coming on, that whole deal, right? Some best bets. We'll try to figure out a way to make some money betting on these college football games today. Another great week for me. Don't know if we'll be able to surpass last week. Last week was probably the best sports betting week I've ever had. But we're off to a pretty good start this week, too. We're up $600 and something for the week. So we got us a sizable cushion heading into today's games. So that's good. I'll show you the games that I've already bet on and talk about a few more that I like. We'll talk about what we're eating today, which, of course, is extremely important to me. My game day food is almost as important as my game day games. Absolutely love my game day food. So we'll talk about We'll talk about all that. Top storylines in the world of college football. Well, like I said, ESPN's back on YouTube TV. That's amazing. The ACC is trying as hard as they can to not get a team into the playoff. And, 2 weeks ago, I would have told you, yes, the ACC is getting a team in 100%. There's no way the ACC gets left out completely. Now, I'm not so sure. I really think if Duke wins the ACC, nobody from the ACC is getting in. Duke has 4 losses, y'all. 4. They lost to Illinois. They got blown out by Illinois. They lost to Tulane. They lost to UConn. And they have 1 ACC loss. But they're tied for first place in the ACC. Duke is. I think there's a 0% chance Duke makes the playoffs, even if they win out. 0. And if that happens, you're probably going to get James Madison. James Madison is ranked. They only have 1 loss. They're going to win. They're going to go 12-1 and win their conference. And then you've got the American, which has South Florida, Memphis, Tulane. Whoever wins that conference is most likely going to be ranked higher than Duke as well. Because you have to remember, it's not the 4 power conference champions plus a group of 5. That's not who gets into the playoffs. The 5 highest ranked conference champions get into the playoffs. It doesn't matter which conferences they're in. So if James Madison from the Sun Belt, is that right? And let's say South Florida win their conference championship games and are ranked higher than, let's say, Duke, if Duke were to win the ACC championship game, then James Madison and South Florida would get in the playoffs in that scenario, not Duke. It's possible Pitt wins and doesn't get in. Pitt has lost to West Virginia, a terrible team. They're likely to get blown out today by Notre Dame. I don't know, man. I think the ACC right now is probably the worst power conference I've ever seen in a year. Like this year for the ACC, I think is the worst year any power conference has ever had that I can remember. It is really, really bad. 2 weeks ago, Louisville looked like the team to beat. They had just went on the road and beat Miami. They've now lost 2 games in a row to 2 bad teams. Virginia lost last week. Georgia Tech gave up 50 points to NC State and lost. Now, as far as who are the best teams in the ACC, I think Georgia Tech, Pitt, and Miami are the 3 best teams in the ACC. But they don't pick the conference championship game based off who I think the best teams in the ACC are. It goes off the ACC standings. And Miami has pretty much played themselves out of it with 2 losses. Georgia Tech is sitting on 1 loss. Pitt is sitting on 1 loss. Duke is sitting on 1 loss. It's a real mess. It's a real mess. And I seriously think that if Duke wins the ACC, that the ACC gets 0 teams in the college football playoff. And that would be alarming to me. How's everybody doing? Now, to be fair, I think, forget who's winning the ACC and all that for a second. Let's talk about Miami. Miami has 2 losses. They beat Notre Dame. So I think Miami should be ranked ahead of Notre Dame. But again, I'm not on the playoff committee. What else is going on in the wonderful world of college football? A lot of rumors about Lane Kiffin, of course. Maybe making some sort of announcement on Sunday. What will it be? Don't know. Could announce he's staying at Ole Miss. Could announce he's going to Florida. Could announce he's going to LSU. Could announce he's going to the New York Giants. Reunite with Jackson Dart. I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. I do think the more time that goes by without Lane Kiffin committing to Ole Miss, the more likely it is that he's leaving Ole Miss. If he plans on staying at Ole Miss, you would think he would just come out and say that. I mean, they're headed towards the playoffs. the last thing you want is any type of distractions or whatever. It seems to me if his mind was made up, he was staying at Ole Miss, he could easily announce that at any time. Maybe he doesn't want to announce that because he's negotiating for more money or whatever the case, but that doesn't even make any sense to me because he's going to get whatever money he wants, whether it's at Ole Miss, Florida, LSU, whatever it is. He's going to get $13, $14, or $15 million a year from any of those places. He can name his price pretty much right now. He's the most wanted coach in football right now. So I don't think he's not committing to Ole Miss for financial reasons. So the only other reason not to commit to Ole Miss right now is if you know you're not going to be at Ole Miss. Now, if he were to announce he's taking another job, I am extremely curious, interested, whatever, to see how that plays out in relationship to the playoffs. Is he going to come out and formally accept the Florida job, but then go, but I'm not taking over at Florida until the day after Ole Miss gets eliminated from the playoffs, whether that's the middle of December or the end of January? Is Florida okay with that? Is Ole Miss okay with that? It's good if he does decide to leave Ole Miss with Ole Miss in the playoffs. It's going to be interesting to see how that. It's going to be interesting to see how all that plays out. LSU and Brian Kelly are suing each other because LSU doesn't want to pay the money they owe him, and they do owe him the money. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever witnessed. LSU claiming now that they did not fire Brian Kelly 2 weeks ago. Basically just accusing him of no call, no show. Come on, man. Is anybody buying that? Are LSU fans buying that? That he just stopped showing up? You fired him, man. Come on. You fired him. Pay the man his money and move on. Don't you want to get out from under the Brian Kelly cloud? Just pay the man his money and move on. What are you doing? We didn't fire him. He just stopped showing up. So now we're firing him for a cause. Come on, man. Is anybody buying that? There's no way anybody's buying that. I know a judge ain't going to buy that. But I just even LSU fans, because I know fans want to be on their team's side and things like that. Like if you relate it to a cheating scandal or something, you look at Michigan fans, Michigan fans want to take up for Michigan, right? It's just, it's sort of human nature as a fan. You want to take up for your team. Come on, LSU fans. You had a guaranteed contract with Brian Kelly. He signed it. You signed it. You fired Brian Kelly 2 weeks ago. Come on. You're not buying this. There's no way the LSU fans, I don't even think, can stand behind this. Come on, man. We didn't fire him. He just quit showing up. So now we're firing him for a cause, which means we don't have to pay him his money. Yeah, you got to pay that man his money, man. Come on, what are we doing? Pay that man his money. Come on. Talking about he just quit showing up. What are we doing? What are we doing, man? Come on, man. Nobody buying that, man. I don't think anybody buying that, man. I don't think anybody buying that. Got the rigged wheel coming up at the end of the show. The info for the rigged wheel is pinned at the top of the comments section. Any Cash App or PayPal that you choose to send to help support the show today will get your name added to the rigged wheel at the end of the show. We will spin that wheel. That wheel will land on a name. That name can make any pick they want today against the spread. And if you get it right, I will send you back twice whatever you sent me. It's that easy. It's literally that easy. Christian Fields, thank you for hitting the super chat at the start of the show today to help support the channel this morning. He says, can you let the Breeze 10 5-star dummy viewer know that there is no SEC bias? Your conference is just dumpster juice when you get praised for blowing Maryland. Who is the Breeze? I don't know who the Breeze is. There is no SEC bias. Yeah, I don't know who the Breeze is. And who is he claiming has SEC bias? The playoff committee? The NFL? The coaches poll? What? But I don't know who the Breeze is. No idea who that is. But if I see him, I will let him know, buddy. I will let him know that you said so. Dogs in D.C. says, fuck Texas. Yeah, the whole state, too. North Mexico really is what that is. You got New Mexico to the west over there. Texas is basically North Mexico. English is a second language there. We got to figure out what the deal is with the cosplay situation in the whole state of Texas. You know, Texas A&M gets a lot of shit because they dress up like G.I. Joes or whatever the fuck with the ROTC program they're in and the Stolen Valor and pretending that they're a service academy and all that. And they catch all kinds of shit. But these Texas people are running around dressed up like cowboys, and they're not fucking cowboys. They had the cowboy hats on and the chaps, and fucking Matthew McConaughey outside with an orange leather jacket when it's 90 degrees, making no sense at all with the, you know, going or whatever the fuck. You're not a fucking cowboy, dude. It's like I said in the video the other day. You're a biological sciences major with a C average. What are you doing what's with the cowboy hat? I don't understand that. It's weird. It's weird. I mean, I guess I did it when I was a kid. I don't know. Whatever. 1 week you want to be a fireman. You're running around your yard with a fireman's hat on. You got the garden hose out in the front yard and you're pretending you're a fireman. The next week your mom, dad buy you a cap gun and a plastic cowboy hat and you're running around in the front yard with a cowboy and Indian routine. But you're fucking 6 and 7 years old. Not grown. I don't get it. I don't understand that. It's weird. It's just weird. You know? It's fucking weird. I don't know. Jarvis, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, time for Bama and Georgia to teach Texas and Oklahoma a fucking lesson and end both their seasons and shut them the hell up. Yeah. The old bullies on the block in the Big 12 could both have a really bad day today. That is true. That is true. Yeah. Texas Dog 32 says, Lou, you're the man. Go Dogs and screw the Shorthorns. What are you doing in Texas, bud? What's the deal there? Georgia will never beat Texas. You mean except the 2 times that they beat them last year? The fuck?
5-star dummy.
40 million people live there. Yeah, and a few of them speak English. A few of them even speak English. Jay Shipe says the ESPN app barely better than the ACC. Yeah, is the ESPN app a worse streaming service than the ACC is a football conference? It's close. It's close. J-Dub says, this is for the hype and hate video. As a Clemson fan, these years have sucked, but I really enjoyed that video, so thanks, woo. Let me tell you something about that Clemson-Louisville game last night. That was two horrible fucking football teams right there. That was bad football. That looked like a bad week one game or something, like it, or you know, it, or like it looked like the second half of an NFL preseason game. Like that game was bad. That game was bad. Clemson can't snap the. Louisville misses a. Louisville's got a chance to win the game. 30-yard field goal. They miss it. Clemson gets the ball back with 3.5 minutes to go. All they need is a couple of first downs, and they win the game. They go 3 and out. Then when they try to punt the ball, they fuck the snap. It was a terrible snap. And the kicker gets tackled back at the fucking 25-yard line or whatever. So Louisville's got the ball back already in field goal position again. Louisville goes 3 and out, misses another fucking field goal. I'm like, what? No, what are we doing? It was the worst 5 minutes of football at the end of that game that I've seen in a long. You know what it reminded me of? What was that game last year that made me so damn mad when we were watching it? Was it like Arkansas and it was a non-conference game, but it was like Arkansas and who was it? Does anybody remember? It was early in the year last year, week 2 or 3 or something, and Arkansas was playing Oklahoma State. Thank you. It reminded me of that Arkansas-Oklahoma State, the second half of that game, where you're just like, have these people ever fucking played football before? I mean, it was bad football. Bad. And Dabo Swinney acted like he won an Oscar at the end of that game. I mean, the dude was going nuts. And did you hear his post-game interview? This team never gives up, and we're fighting to win. I'm not going anywhere no matter how mad it makes people, and I'm here, and Clemson is back. And I'm like, bro, did you just watch the same thing the rest of us watched? Clemson gets down on the goal line inside the 5. They put a fucking defensive tackle in at running back for no reason. Cade Klubnik tries to hand him the ball, but he's got no idea that he's supposed to get the ball. Like, he doesn't even put his hands out at all. Fumble. Louisville jumps on it. I'm just like, what are we doing here? It's bad football. It was bad football. Real bad. Both of those teams, bad. The Norwegian man says Vic Tube to Ole Miss head coach after Kiffin leaves for Florida. No, Tube not qualified there. Keith Parker, thank you for the super chat. He says, Lou, who cares? Lame kidding. Brian Smelly, Lou, hold these nuts. It's all scripture, bro. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Keith Parker. With scripture and that, but I'm grown. I don't read fairy tales, but I don't know what you're talking about there. As far as the who cares, I'm assuming you care because you're tuned into every fucking live show I do. Keith Parker sent a $2 super chat. Look at this. Keith Parker paid $2 to type his own name. Look at this. Are you okay, bud? Look, he's laughing at himself. He forgot to log into his other troll account. See, Keith Parker says, Lou, who cares? Lame kidding. Brian Smelly, Lou, hold these nuts. It's all scripture. Then he attempted to log into a second account, and then he typed Keith Parker, LOL. He's pretending to be another person that thought his first comment was funny. Trap Dog, thank you for the super chat. Jody says, Lou for college playoff committee president. As long as they let me do it from here, teleconference or fucking Zoom or whatever. But I'm not flying out to wherever they hold these pointless fucking meetings. Don't have time. I'm way too busy and much too important to be wasting time with shit like that. But I mean, I'm willing to give them an hour, like every Sunday, you know, to set them straight as far as the playoff ranking goes. Other than that, though, don't have time. I got to do the Your Season Is Over video. You know what I'm saying? Woos. Uh-oh. Look, I haven't read it yet because I haven't scrolled down far enough, but look at this. Keith Parker has another super chat for us here. Uh-oh. What could it be this time? What could it be this time? Let's find out. I wear a Smurfs hat to any sports team I represent. Papa Smurf here, Lou. Have you been up for like 3 days or something? Put your credit card away, bud. You're gonna regret this when you sober up. Yeah. Michigan man says, kind of weird. Nico suddenly has a concussion the night before the game. Now a poor freshman has to make his first start at the shoe at night. Yeah, I didn't know that either. When did he get a concussion? Last week. I didn't know anything about that either. I mean, does it matter? I mean, come on. UCLA doesn't have a chance against Ohio State no matter who plays quarterback. Keith Parker says, I am paying you, Lou. Enjoy. LOL. Yeah, but what I'm telling you is you need to stop because you're going to regret this soon. I don't know. You got something going on this morning. I'm not sure what it is, but you can't even log in and out of your different troll accounts right now. Like, you're more confused than a 2-year-old in a titty bar. You're not even, I mean, you're so unsure what's going on. I don't want you to waste all this money, bud. I'm concerned about your well-being right now. To be honest with you. Yeah. Facts. All right. Well, here we go again. My colon just dropped. No regrets inside my toilet. You're going to be grounded for a fucking month when they find out what you're doing. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right, let's see here. Coming up at noon today, Wisconsin at Indiana. Indiana's almost a 30-point favorite in that one. That game will not be interesting, which is why they have decided to put it on the Big Ten Network. How about big noon kickoff? Oh, boy, y'all ready for this one? Michigan at Northwestern. Big noon, the marquee game of the day in the Big Ten. And look, the Big Ten's got some good teams. What I'm about to say has nothing to do with that. They've got some great teams, the Big Ten does. There ain't no fucking watchable games in there. You're lucky if you get one watchable Big Ten game a week. What the fuck? Michigan and Northwestern is the game of the week in the Big Ten. Fucking pitiful. Pitiful. Ratings are in the toilet for the Big Ten. Dang. South Florida at Navy. Could be a good game. South Florida is favored by 10.5. Arizona at Cincinnati. Kansas State at Oklahoma State. Arkansas at LSU, 12:45. See a lot of people taking Arkansas in this one. LSU's a 4.5-point home favorite. See a lot of people are on Arkansas in that one. West Virginia at Arizona State. Arizona State favored by 10.5 there. What do we got here? 3:30 games. Oklahoma at Alabama. I like Bama. I mean, is it funny when Alabama loses? Yeah, but is it likely to happen today at home against Oklahoma? I just don't think so. I just don't know how Oklahoma can score enough to win the game. Even if they play good defensively, which they might. They've got a really good defense, especially the front four, front seven. And if they can pressure Ty Simpson, maybe they can hang around sort of in a similar way to what LSU was able to do last week. But I like LSU, though. I just don't know where the offense is going to come from for Oklahoma to even get to 20. I guess it's, John Mateer could have a great day, maybe, would be one way. I don't know. I feel like Alabama wins that one at home. I'd love to be wrong, but I think Alabama gets the win. NC State on the road at Miami. The over-under is at 55.5. The ACC, you should take NC State. I think I'm going to take the worst team in every ACC game because that's who keeps winning. The worst team keeps winning every ACC game. So I guess I'm going to take NC State over Miami and Boston College over Georgia Tech. Not betting on either one of those, but the worst team keeps winning in the ACC. It's weird. A weird 2 weeks. It's been a bad 2 weeks for the ACC. Heading into 3 weeks now with Louisville losing last night. 2 weeks ago, Miami lost and Georgia Tech lost when it looked like they were the two best teams in the league. Looked like Georgia Tech and Miami headed for a collision course in Atlanta or Charlotte ACC championship game. Miami goes on the road, loses to SMU. Georgia Tech gives up 50 points to NC State and loses. And you're like, what the fuck? All right, well, I guess Louisville and Virginia are going to the ACC championship game. Then last week comes around, Louisville loses to like fucking Wake Forest or something, or Cal, and Virginia does too. And you're like, what? No, okay. Now we're into the third week. Have an ACC game last night. Clemson's dog water. It looks like they're not even going to make a bowl game. Louisville goes, not so fast. We're going to make sure Clemson makes a bowl game by losing at home to Clemson on a Friday fucking night. And they lose to Clemson. It's just been a horrifically bad 3 weeks for the ACC. Virginia at Duke. Now, I do think this is going to be a good game. I'm taking Duke here. I'm taking Duke. I like Duke to win that one at home. But that's going to be a good game, though, at 3:30. I'll watch that one. I'll be streaming at 3:30 on YouTube, by the way. So if y'all want to hang out this afternoon and watch these 3:30 games, I'll be live right here on this channel at 3:30. We'll hang out and watch these afternoon games. Penn State at Michigan State. That might be a good game, too, because two bad teams. Maryland at Illinois. Iowa at Southern Cal. Here you go. A watchable game. Iowa and Southern Cal. I like Southern Cal, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I like Southern Cal there. What else we got here? Primetime games. That'll be the Patreon stream today. The primetime games, 7:30. Florida at Ole Miss. Utah at Baylor. Purdue at Washington. Those are 7 o'clock games. 7:30, you've got UCLA at Ohio State. Comment section says Nico's out today. I don't know that for sure. But the comment section is saying he's out with a concussion. So Ohio State by 100, I guess, instead of 90. Texas on the road at Georgia. Texas with 2 losses. Must-win game for Texas. Just another Saturday for Georgia. Virginia Tech on the road at Florida State. Florida State's favored by almost 2 touchdowns at home in that one. Mississippi State at Missouri. I guess Missouri going to win that game. I think Eli Drinkwitz is the most overrated coach in football right now. Why is his name getting... I don't... Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. I don't think Eli Drinkwitz is what is with all the Eli Drinkwitz love? I don't get it. Look at their schedule over the last 2 years. And then look at who they beat and who they lost to. I don't think they've beat a ranked team. I don't know. Well, they beat Ohio State. Forgot about that. But beating Ohio State doesn't make you a great coach. It just makes you an SEC coach. Except for Sarkisian. But he's technically, he's a Big 12 coach, I guess. That's why he can't beat Ohio State. But anybody else in the SEC can beat him, no problem. Yeah, where were we? TCU at BYU. How about this? BYU only a 3.5-point home favorite. I like BYU. Fuck it. Give me the Bicycle College there. I know they got beat up last week on the road at Texas Tech, but I like them at home. I like them at home there in that one. So there's a rundown of what's coming up today as far as the games go. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Virginia Tech and James Franklin in early talks per ESPN. Yeah, they were in early talks 3 weeks ago per everybody else on the planet. So it's good to see ESPN catching up with that. Here's another $20, Lou. You actually remind myself of me. No, bud. No. No. Oklahoma is more cowboy than Texas is. Suck on that, you steer. Go Dogs. I'm not getting into a debate over whether or not Oklahoma fans or Texas fans are more of a fake cowboy than the other. The reality is 99% of Oklahoma fans are not Cowboys, and 99% of Texas fans are not Cowboys. Why they choose to dress up that way, I don't know. It's fucking weird. Yeah, I think it's weird. I don't get it. I don't know. Surprised Big Noon let Ohio State have a night game. That's their golden child. Thank you, Michigan man. Yeah, aren't the Ohio State fans happy? That's right. They had a night game today. I mean, you've been asking for that for years, and there you go. It's amazing. Tater Tot says, huge fan of the channel, Luke. Go Dogs. Hey, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Good to see you in here. Good to see. Micah Wright says, yeah, Virginia Tech and James Franklin in that. Yeah, that rumor's been out there for a while. I think Virginia Tech, really wants James Franklin. Here's what I think happened. Virginia Tech had fired a coach, and then James Franklin gets fired. And I think Virginia Tech really wanted James Franklin, but James Franklin said, let me just sit back for a while and see if a better job opens up for me. And so I think James Franklin's sitting around going, man, Florida, LSU. So I don't know. James Franklin might be waiting to see what, Virginia Tech might be James Franklin's second choice or something. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Biggs Mike says, go blue, pay Lou. Michigan might go 9-3, but at least I'm not an OSU fan and sit down to pee. I hope Michigan wins out and gets to that Ohio State game at 9-2, because I just think it'll make that game that much bigger. The Ohio State Michigan game is always huge every single year. But if Michigan gets to that game with 2 losses, that's going to be a massive fucking game, because not only would Ohio State and Ryan Day have a chance to break their losing streak to Michigan, but they would have a chance to eliminate Michigan from the playoffs in the process. It would be a massive fucking game if Michigan can get there with just 2 losses. Yeah. Massive. So we'll see. Let's go Sooners. Put Ty Simpson in the dirt today. Boomer. I think that has to be the plan. I think Oklahoma's got to take chances defensively. And that might mean giving up some big plays. But I think they've got to do... Bama can't run the ball against air. So I doubt they're going to be able to run it much against Oklahoma. But that Ty Simpson, he can run that damn offense. I think if you're Oklahoma... you have to take some chances. You got to do whatever you got to do to get to Ty Simpson. And that might mean that there's a handful of times in the game where you get beat for a long one or something, but a deep one. But I don't know. I mean, it's Oklahoma's on 2 losses. There's no tomorrow. This is it. A 3-loss Oklahoma's not getting in. So they, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens there with that. Let's piss splash back to clean too. What? Yeah. Lou's Patreon will be flooded tonight with Longhorn fans after they score first. Yeah, fair point there. It's likely to happen. It happens all the time, and with this being such a big game. That, of course, is a possibility. Where is it? There it is. Bing, bang. Yeah, if you want to troll me, there you go. There's the Patreon link for the primetime games. The primetime stream will start at 7:30 on the Patreon page. So there you go. There you go. Lou talks about Texas and OU fans dressing up as cowboys, but he's a grown-ass man barking like a bitch when cheering for his team. Buddy, you haven't heard me bark a single fucking time. And you've watched every second of every video and live stream I've ever done. Twice. You haven't heard me bark a single fucking time. So, not only are you a fucking loser who dresses up like a cowboy because you're embarrassed of whatever it is you actually do for a living, but you're also a liar. What's with the dumbass G.I. Joe outfits Texas A&M fans wear? I don't know. They think they're in the military or something. I don't know. I don't know. I thought I told you yesterday you got to get a new name. Didn't I tell you yesterday you had to get a new name? Maybe you didn't hear me. What's the ceiling for IGA at this point? Well, they'll never be as good as Publix. I mean, I'm not going to talk shit about grocery stores, but I mean, IGA is okay, but they're never going to be as good as Publix, ever. or Kroger for that matter. Publix and Kroger are probably going to the playoffs, and IGA is like Clemson, you know, cross fingers and maybe they make a bowl game type of deal. Yeah. But that was a great question, though. Thank you. It was a great question. Great question. Shout out to Sleeper, by the way, for sponsoring today's show. Download the Sleeper app, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. It's legal here in Georgia, where I live, and 30 other states, over 30 other states. Have yourself some fun watching college football today. You don't even have to pick winners and losers on games. You're just picking more or less on player stats. So you got a favorite player or think your team's quarterback is having a big game today? Head on over to the Sleeper app and choose more on your favorite quarterback's passing yards number today and win yourself some money while you watch college football. Download the Sleeper app today. The link is in the description down below. They will match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. So you deposit $100, you'll have $200 in your account. Download the Sleeper app. Promo code Lou, L-O-U. Shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring the show today. Yes, today. Not tomorrow, today. Tomorrow's video has no sponsor. Yeah. Generally, I don't let people sponsor the Your Season Is Over video because it's not advertiser friendly in a lot of cases. Yeah. I can't pick a game right to save my life. I'm down real bad. I've been on a heater. I won almost $1,500 last week. And I'm up $633 this week. Here's the bets I have so far for today. These are the bets I put in on Monday. I think I go over this every week, but when the lines for the game come out on Monday, I scroll through and look at them, and if anything jumps out to me, I go ahead and bet it on Monday. So these are the 4 games that I bet on Monday. Duke minus 4.5, Ole Miss minus 16, Texas Tech minus 24, Notre Dame minus 11. And then today, as the day goes on, I'll bet on, I'll probably make another 15 bets over the course of the day. I'm an idiot. I bet way too many games, but anyway, I just like doing it. But that's what I have. That's what I have so far, right there. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep. No parlay? No. Parlays are an even bigger waste of money than straight bets. Yeah. What are y'all eating today? We're doing jambalaya. Well, for lunch, I'm going to have leftovers. We had bone-in pork chops last night for dinner with mashed potatoes and steamed broccoli. The broccoli's gone. It's no good reheated anyway, but I did. There was a couple of leftover pork chops and plenty of leftover mashed potatoes. So for lunch today, I'm having pork chops and mashed potatoes. Yep, have to. Going to too. But we are making jambalaya today. Shrimp and sausage jambalaya, I think. Shrimp and sausage jambalaya, I think, is what the lady's making today. So I'm obviously looking forward to that. And for snacks, what do I have for snacks today? Well, of course, I have Christmas tree cakes. I mean, you already know. About 5 or 6 boxes in there. Cornbread. Yeah, and cornbread, too, with the jambalaya. I think I have pimento cheese in there still too. At least I hope I do. I hope I do. So my plan is to eat those leftover for lunch, snack on some pimento cheese and bagel chips, and then this evening eat me a couple of bowls of jambalaya with some cornbread. You gonna eat your cornbread? Yeah, I'm gonna eat my corn. You touch my cornbread, you're liable to draw back a nub, bud. Don't fuck with my cornbread. My cornbread or my French fries. You reach across the table and try to take a piece of cornbread for me or a French fry, you're gonna draw back less fingers than you put forward. I don't play that shit. You don't fuck with another man's French fries or cornbread. That's just, you're asking for fucking trouble there. And of course, I'm not to be messed with, just in general. But particularly when it comes to my French fries and cornbread, you don't fuck with me. I'll be cooking for 9 hours today. I don't have time to do that shit. I'm watching football today. Last thing I'm doing today is wasting 9 hours cooking. I don't know. Well, there's not a circumstance ever where I will cook for 9 hours. It's never. I'm never doing that. Football season or not, never doing that. I don't know. How do you have 9 hours to cook? Unless you're retired, I don't know how anybody has 9 hours to cook in a day. I don't understand that. I don't get that. To me, there is no food good enough to spend 9 hours cooking it. Like, there's just too many other things I would rather be doing during the majority of that 9 hour period. Boston butt on the smoker took about 10 hours. Well, that's not cooking for 10 hours, though. The meat is cooking for 10 hours. You're not cooking for 10 hours. You put a Boston butt on and you just come back 10 hours later and it's done. I mean, maybe you go out there once or twice, flip it over or something, but like, that's not 9 hours of cooking. You're not spending 9 hours cooking a Boston butt. You might spend an hour total cooking a Boston butt, from prepping it and then going out there and checking on it once every 4 or 5 hours. You're drinking beer for 10 hours? Not today, but yeah, I've drank beer for a lot longer than that straight, but not today. Yeah, that's a Major Brian has a good point. The only people spending 9 hours cooking is then you have a shift at the Waffle House. Yeah, that's the only way. Seafood nachos. I don't know that sounds good to me. I don't know that sounds good to me. I do like shrimp tacos, so I don't know if I don't know what that means anything, but if it's seafood nachos, I don't think sounds good. I don't know. Maybe it is. I've never had it. You guys are making me hungry. Yeah, well, we do this every Saturday. Usually on Saturday mornings, like today, I already know what I'm eating today, but I like to ask everybody else what they're eating because then that gives me ideas for next week or whatever. But, and I don't really know how I got so wrapped up in the game day food thing, because in general, I'm not I'm not a foodie. Like, I don't give a fuck about nice restaurants, or I'm not like a food snob, or like I pretty much eat if I'm hungry. Like, that's like, I'm not a food guy, but for some reason, college football Saturdays and food, I that's the exception, I guess, for me. Yeah, I'm sure I'll do Tommy fries again. I'll probably wait to the playoffs for that. I work at Twin Peaks. It's game day, and if night we're going to be slammed, that's why I'll be cooking that long. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. That's what, yeah, same with the Waffle House deal. I get that. Then if you're cooking for a job, yeah, I get that. I get that. Join the rigged wheel and beat Carolina jackpot. Yeah, we got to spin the wheel here in a few minutes. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. Yeah, if you want to get your name on the wheel, you only got a few more minutes to do it. I'm fixing to pull up the wheel and start adding names to it. So we'll spin the wheel. Any Cash App or any PayPal to support the channel this morning, get your name added to the rigged wheel. We'll spin the wheel. If it lands on your name, you make any pick you want today against the spread. And if you hit, I'll send you back. Actually, let's do one winner today. But I'm going to do 4 times the money. Okay? So whoever wins, I want you to really think about your pick today. In other words, if you donate $25 to help support the channel, Cash App or PayPal, you pick any game you want against the spread, and if you hit, I'll send you back 100. 10 would be 40. Yeah, you get the math unless you're a Mississippi fan. Louisiana, too. Education, not really much there either. But, yeah, we'll do one winner on the wheel today, 4 times the money instead of 2 times the money. 4 times the money today with a $25 maximum, so which would be a $100 maximum. Nashville hot barbecue overrated. Yeah, one winner, 4 times the money. I'm making a Mojo flavored turkey for Thanksgiving. I did it with chicken and it turned out amazing. I'm going to my aunt's house for Thanksgiving, and they are frying 2 turkeys. So I'll be having fried turkey. Barbecue joint up the road has smoked turkey. If I win, Lou, send it to someone else. I don't think you... It's not the super chats, Keith, just so you know. I don't know if you sent it somewhere else. It's Cash App or PayPal. I do appreciate the super chats, though. I can't do the giveaways on the super chats. It's against YouTube rules. I don't care. You cared a minute ago when you said if I win, send it to someone else, but that's fine. If we pay with PayPal, what is the name? It's the link in the pinned comment. Here, right there. I'll post it again. That's the PayPal link and the Cash App tag. Lou, the penny has stopped production after 233 years. It has seen the first president, the Civil War, the Great Depression, and 9/11. The only thing it hasn't seen is Miami win the ACC. Go Dogs. Dang. Shout out to Miami, man. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Ohio State is down bad. What happened to Ohio State? Pennies, your season is over. Yes, yes. My super chat, woo. Ohio State hasn't made the Big Ten championship since Trump's first term. I troll Georgia fans sometimes because the last three natties that Georgia won all occurred while a Democrat was president. So I tell them all the time they need to vote Democrat so that Georgia can win more natties. And then some of them are half retarded, so they think Reagan was president when Georgia won the natty in 1980, which of course he wasn't. What's the most a person can super chat? I have no idea. I think I don't even know if there's a limit on the super chat. I have no idea. I think the highest super chat anybody ever sent me was $500. That's when I started posting the PayPal and the Cash App link, is when somebody sent a $500 super chat. Because, when you send a super chat, the person you send it to, like in this case, me, only ends up getting about half of that. Is circumcision a religious choice? I think some people do it for religious reasons and some people do it for health reasons, I think. But I don't know. I'm no expert on that. Yeah, YouTube takes about 35%, and then depending on how you pay the super chat, there's another 5 or 10% that gets taken from that too. Like if you do Apple Pay, Apple gets a percentage, or if you do Google Pay, Google gets a percentage, or if you do PayPal, PayPal gets a percentage, whatever it is. Can you donate to Patreon without them taking a cut? Patreon takes like 5% maybe. It's almost nothing. That's why so many people use Patreon. That's why so many people who have YouTube channels have Patreon as opposed to, like everything I do on Patreon, I could do through channel memberships on YouTube. But again, on the channel memberships, YouTube is taking almost 50% of the revenue. You know? Yeah. They already take 50% of your ad revenue, but I understand that. They do a lot of work on the back end in terms of advertisers and their ads that run and all that kind of shit that, you click on a YouTube video and the ad runs. Like there's a lot of work that goes into doing all that. So I understand them taking a big chunk of the ad revenue. They take 50% of the ad revenue. But taking such a high percentage of super chats or channel memberships is stealing, in my opinion. Shout out Pigskin Lou. I don't know who that is. I know who Pigskin Pete is. I know who Uncle Lou is. And I know who Football Frank is. But I don't know who Pigskin Lou is. But yeah, shout out to him, whoever that is. If Notre Dame loses, I'm converting to Islam. Damn. Touchdown Jesus might do the same. If Pitt's head coach expects to lose, I believe him. Pitt's head coach came out this week and basically said we could lose by this game by 100. I don't care. When I hear a coach talk like that it's hard for me to have any faith in that team that week. So I have a feeling Notre Dame wins big. I'm in Oxford for the game today, says Octavian. Are you really? Have a good time, man. Is Donut Shop blend of coffee better than the standard flavors? Well, Donut Shop isn't a blend of coffee. It's a brand of coffee that has different blends. Breakfast blend, dark roast, whatever. But I do like the Donut Shop brand of coffee, if that's what you're asking. But I like almost every brand of coffee. I'm not a coffee snob. I'll drink any cup of coffee almost. Coffee has been very, very good to me, says Wet Blanket. Yeah, it's good to me every morning. And almost every evening. It's going to be good to me this evening today. I'm going to get so hopped up on coffee around 7 or 7:30 tonight, I'm going to be bouncing off the fucking walls. I will be bouncing off there. That Georgia-Texas game plus coffee tonight is going to have me. It's going to be a wild one tonight on the Patreon stream. I'm warning everybody now. It's going to be a high energy, it's going to be one of those things where it takes a lot of energy just to watch tonight's Patreon stream, just to let you know. If y'all aren't signed up on the Patreon page, I don't know what you've been waiting on. We do it every week over there. We have a great time. But there you go. There's the link. Click that link. Get yourself signed up on the Patreon page. It's $10 a month. Stream there every weekend. We have a really good time. Gave away $1,000 in October. We're doing another giveaway in December, a couple of weeks before Christmas. We'll probably do it on Conference Championship Saturday. But today's Patreon stream will be a wild one for sure. I'm a coffee lover. I have 2 espresso machines. I have an espresso machine. Well, it's not specific. It makes espressos, lattes. It's got a milk steamer a built-in milk steamer. And then I have just a regular coffee pot. I don't even know what a Patreon is. Click that Patreon link and all your questions will be answered. Right there. You're a patriot. What does that mean to you? Lou, do you think Georgia's defense will play well tonight? I think they probably give up some big pass plays because they always give up some big pass plays, but I don't think Texas will be able to run the ball because Texas can't run the ball, and Georgia's pretty good against the run. Signing up for Patreon was the second best thing I ever did. First was jumping the wall. Patreon is really just like when I say I'm streaming on Patreon, I'm not really streaming on Patreon. That's just what I say every time. But Patreon is it's kind of like a Facebook page where only I can make posts. And then everybody that is signed up on my Patreon page can read those posts. So every week I make different posts over there, but this was the poll. I do a poll every week, and everybody on Patreon votes on they vote on what time they want me to stream that Saturday. So you can see 68% of the people voted for prime time, so I'm streaming on Patreon prime time, 7:30. And when I say I'm streaming on Patreon, it's really a YouTube stream. It's an unlisted YouTube stream. So the only way to get the link is through my Patreon page. But so this is last week's, week 11's quote unquote Patreon stream. But you can see when you if I click on it, it's just a YouTube stream. And then you come down here, copy link, paste. It's a YouTube stream. It's just the link is posted on Patreon. I'm saying it's a complete waste. It's Bobo's fault. BYU muffed the punt. So some people get confused when they first sign up for Patreon because they're looking for the stream on Patreon. It's not really a stream on Patreon. It's a YouTube stream. It's an unlisted YouTube stream, and the only way to get the link is through the Patreon page. So if that makes sense. Mike Bobo is a top 10 OC in the country. I agree. I agree. Is anyone surprised? Am I the only one that's surprised that Octavian is in Oxford, Mississippi today at the Florida Ole Miss game? Am I the only one surprised by that? Like, don't you have a bunch of questions like, how'd he get there? I mean, I'm happy for him. It's great to go to away games as a fan. It's a lot of fun. But am I the only one that's completely fucking shocked that Octavian is out of town in Oxford, Mississippi at the Florida Ole Miss game when he lives in Tallahassee, Florida? I'm fucking shocked. I remember when everyone wanted Bobo fired. You don't remember when I wanted Bobo fired. I've been on the Bobo train from the beginning. Yeah, a lot of Georgia fans hate Mike Bobo. It's an irrational hate for Mike Bobo too. Extremely irrational. Most of the Georgia fans that want Mike Bobo fired only watch Georgia games. Lou, I just tuned in. Are you live streaming 8 games today? I'm live streaming at 3:30 on YouTube and 7:30 on Patreon, if that's what you're asking. As far as the number of games goes, I'd have to add up how many games are on in each one of those time slots. I'm sure it's more than 8, though. Another thing I've noticed about the people that want Bobo fired, it tends to be the same people that got mad when Mark Richt was fired. It's sort of a weird link there. Like, because this is another group of Georgia fans that's hard to find now. Do you remember how mad Georgia fans were, some of them, when Mark Richt got fired? There were Georgia fans who were looking for a bridge to jump off of when Mark Richt got fired. They thought it was terrible. Though he shouldn't have fired him. It was, it was bordering on like cult obsession with Mark Richt. A lot of it had to do with religious crap. Mark Richt was a good guy and said he believed in Jesus, so Georgia should keep him forever. That type of fan. But it's a lot of those same people who hate Mike Bobo. It's weird. It's really weird. When Mark Richt got fired, there was a group of fans who got together and held a candlelight vigil on the bridge right outside Sanford Stadium. Do y'all remember that? Now those Georgia fans, you know, they pretended they loved Kirby from the beginning and all that, but I'm not joking. I was doing YouTube back then. You can go. I made videos about making fun of those people. There's a lot of Georgia fans who quit watching me during the whole Mark Richt firing thing because I was 100% on board with firing Mark Richt, and I was loud about it. And there's a lot of Georgia fans who quit watching me and haven't watched me since 2015, 2016. Haven't watched me since because I made fun of their whole. I'm not kidding. They met on the bridge outside of Sanford Stadium and literally brought candles. They had a literal, like somebody had died. They made like one of these makeshift memorials. They were setting teddy bears against the fence and shit. It was fucking weird. It was real fucking weird. Y'all remember that? It's a lot of those same people who constantly yell that Mike Bobo needs to be fired. It's really weird. It's really weird. The Bobo birds have flipped the bird for Bobo. You know who I am, Lou, LOL. I mean, I know you're Keith Parker because that's your name, but what, if any, upsets would you pick this week? Boy, if I knew the upsets, I'd be a millionaire. I actually like a lot of favorites this week, though. Actually, my upset was yesterday. I took Clemson +3, and they won the game. I am old. I don't care. I spent this money for nothing. Well, feel free to spend more of it, Keith. I mean, at least you are giving money to a worthy cause. Me. Does OU have a chance? Yeah, I mean, they have a chance, yeah, but I don't think they're going to win the game. I'm taking Bama. Give me Pitt 21-17. If I could hand pick any upset and say I want this team to lose, it would be Notre Dame to lose to Pitt, but I don't think that's going to happen. Pitt's head coach doesn't think that's going to happen either. He's already setting up his fan base for the letdown of losing today by telling them this week that it doesn't matter if they lose by 100. They only care about the ACC. So I believe the Pitt coach. Biggs Mike says he's currently up 240 for the week. Hey, that's great. Being up $1 is great when it comes to sports betting. Sports betting is fucking hard. It is hard to make money sports betting. Really hard. So being up $1 is good. Josh Pate said the ACC could miss the playoffs altogether. Is that true? I think if Duke wins the ACC is not getting anybody in. And right now, Duke's tied for first with 4 losses total. I think if Duke wins the ACC gets left out of the playoffs. If Georgia Tech wins the ACC at 11-2, they'll get in. You know, Georgia Tech right now has 1 loss. If they win out but lose to Georgia, they'd be 10-2. They'd go to the ACC championship game. If they win it, they'll be 11-2. They'll get in. There's a couple of other teams that could get in, maybe even with 3 losses. But if Duke wins the ACC with losses to UConn and Tulane, I don't think the ACC is getting anybody in. I think then you'd get probably 2 group of 5 2 group of 5 champions would get in. James Madison and whoever wins the American, like South Florida, for example. Yeah, I think like James Madison and South Florida would get in. So I apologize to Mike Bobo. There you go, bud. See, Spank, that's rare on the internet that you see somebody admit they were wrong. UJ getting 0 sacks tonight. Probably. Although they did get 3 last week, which almost doubled their total for the season. So we'll see. I'll never apologize to Todd Grantham. Me either. Me either. No fan base will ever apologize. There's not a single fan base that appreciates Todd Grantham's time there. Like nobody likes Todd Grantham, but somehow he keeps getting defensive coordinator jobs in college and the NFL. It's weird. It's really weird. All right, we got to do the wheel. I got to get out of here. Y'all keeping me on way too long. It's almost 10:30. I'm supposed to be off of here by now. Let's pull up the rigged wheel and add some names here. Cash App and PayPal. Get your name on the rigged wheel. Let's see, where are we at here? Rigged wheel. Bang. There you go. All right, let's get rid of last week's names, unfortunately, and add the names for this week. All right, let's go Cash App. All right, we have Tyler P. We have Dula. We have Trap. Trap won last week. I think, how many times have you won? You've won at least 2 or 3 times. Jackpot. Caleb S. All right, here we go. Let me pull up the PayPal and take a look. We've got Thomas B. Nicholas S. J.R. J. Shippus. Nicholas G. Not to be confused with Nicholas S. Got Kyle O. We've got Edward R. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. And now I need a number from Eric Wallace. Eric, give me a number. 3 through 5, buddy. Give me a number 3 through 5, Eric. Five, sir. Okay. 5 is the number today. You know what that means? We will spin the wheel 5 times, and the 5th name is the winner. 4 times your money today. 4 times your money. Here we go. 1 winner, 4 times the money. Spin number 1, Trap. The wheel is addicted to Trap. Absolutely addicted to Trap. Spin number 2. Edward R. Spin number 3. Edward R. again. Spin number 4. Rigged wheel alert. Edward R. again. All right, spin number 5 and the final spin today. Today's winner. Shout out to everybody who tuned in this morning and everybody who helped support the show. I really appreciate it. Today's winner is Nicholas G. Nicholas G was over on the PayPal, if I remember right. Yes, he says, I will take Michigan, he says. All right. He says he'll take Michigan. Let's pull it up. And we will see what the line is on Michigan. NCAA football. And we are looking for Michigan at Northwestern. Michigan minus 10. All right. Let's write this down. Let's write this down. This is important. Rigged wheel. Week 12. Nicholas G. PayPal. Michigan minus 10. Nicholas G, good luck, buddy. I hope you hit, my man. I hope you hit. All right, that's going to do it for the kickoff show. Great day of games today. Let's just sit back and enjoy the noon games, okay? And then I'll come on around 3:15, and we will watch all the 3:30 games right here on YouTube for you. Come back to the channel at 3:30. We'll hang out. We'll watch all the afternoon games, including Oklahoma and Bama at 3:30. And then the Patreon stream today will be the primetime game starting at 7:30. So we'll stream on YouTube from 3:30 till about 7:15. Then we'll switch over to Patreon and hang out and watch all the primetime games, including Texas and Georgia. And it's going to be a wild one. It's going to be a wild one. I'm eating good food today, and I'm going to hop myself up on coffee from about 6:30 to 7:30. And by the time that Georgia-Texas game kicks off, I'm going to be fit to be tied. Just telling you that now. It's going to be a wild one. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a lot of yelling and screaming. There may or may not be something broken during the Patreon stream. We'll see. We'll see. But we'll have a good time either way. We'll have a good time either way, and then the Your Season is Over video, of course, will be out tomorrow around the usual time, 6 or 7 o'clock. Good to see everybody in here this morning. Good luck to everybody's team today, unless you happen to be a Texas fan, in which case you're going to have to go ahead and lose. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is today. Everybody else, I hope your team wins. Let's have a great college football Saturday, and I will see you at 3:30 for the afternoon games.